We think that lobbying transparency is an essential tool in strengthening EU democratic decision-making and also building trust amongst citizens in EU decision-making. Currently, the Commission Register covers about 50% of all Brussels-based lobbyists, and our estimate is this will go up to around 80%. So it will improve the situation, but still probably some 20% will still not be on the joint register. So in the longer term, Alter EU thinks that there still is a need for a mandatory register, and in fact we advocate that Commission and Parliament continue work to move towards a mandatory register by the end of the term of this Commission and this Parliament. There's a need from wider society. Citizens and also journalists need information about how decisions are being made here in Brussels. And in fact, we just did with some groups of Alter EU, we organized the Worst EU Lobbying Awards. We had 10,000 people voting in those awards. That really shows that there is a real interest in these issues. We're positive about several elements of the new register, but unfortunately a number of the flaws that already existed in the current register are just being continued in the new register. Well, of course, the voluntary nature is that's our major concern, but then the quality of the data in the register is below what one would expect in such a register. Example? Financial data. There's widespread underreporting, especially amongst companies in the register. We have the example of BP, who declare something like 500,000 euro in the EU register, whereas in the US, BP declares 15 million over 2009 in lobbying expenses, so 30 times as much. And we think this really shows that we can't believe that, that this difference is just because the US is different than the EU. We think that BP is underreporting. And there's more examples. Business Europe in the register only declares some 600,000 euro in lobbying expenses over 2009. The small and medium-sized enterprises organization, EurActiv, they declare 1.5 million. And also Buke, the consumers organization, they also declare 1.5 million. It's hard to believe that Business Europe, which is one of the biggest lobbying entities here in Brussels, would spend less than half of what those organizations are spending. So this is really a serious problem, and this is not being dealt with in the current proposal.